Hello students, hope all of you are fine. So dear children, we are doing photosynthesis in higher plants. Okay, so we have done the C3 cycle, C4 cycle, photorespiration, and today we are going to do CAMP, that is cressolation acid metabolism pathway. Okay, so what is cressolation acid metabolism? It is a mechanism of photosynthesis involving double fixation of the carbon dioxide, which occur in the succulent belonging to the Cressolacea, that is cacti, euphorbias, and some other plants of dry habitats, where the stomata remain closed during the daytime and open only at night. The process of photosynthesis is similar to that of C4 plants, but instead of spatial separation of initial PEPKs, okay, that is phosphoenol carboxylase fixation, and final rubisco, that is ribulose biphosphate carboxylase oxygenase fixation of carbon dioxide. The two steps occur in same cells, okay, but at different times, night and day. For example, sedum, calanchio, opuntia, pineapple, agave, vanilla. Mechanism of photosynthesis is similar to C4 plants, but CAMP, okay, CAM, that is cressolation acid metabolism plant, do not have the Cranch anatomy and the two type of chloroplast, okay. The initial fixation of carbon dioxide occur at night and the final fixation occur during daytime. This results in conserving water. Okay. Now next we have is the cardinal point. Okay. Sachs in 1860 found that factor influencing a physiological process has three principal values called the cardinal points: minimum, optimum, and maximum. The minimum of the factor is that value below which the physiological process cannot continue. Maximum of a factor is that value beyond which the process come to stop. Optimum value of the factor is that point where the physical or physiological process can continue and indefinitely at its highest velocity. So we have discussed about the CAM pathway. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the principle or law of limiting factors. Now optimum value of factor is never constant. Okay, it depends upon the magnitude of other factors. We can continue to increase the magnitude of one or more factor without influencing the rate of the reaction. In such case, it is found that a factor called limiting factor is holding the balance. A limiting factor is defined as a factor which is deficient to such an extent that increase in its magnitude directly increase the rate of process. That means something when it becomes less in amount, then the process of photosynthesis becomes limiting, and as soon as the amount is increased, the rate of the photosynthesis also increase. Okay, so such a factor which limit the process is called the limiting factor. The effect of limiting factor was studied by Blackman in 1905. Now, he formulated the principle of limiting factors, which states that when a process is conditioned as to its rapidly by a number of separate factors, the rate of process is limited by the pace of the slowest factor. Okay, in other words, the rate of physiological process is limited at a given time by one and only one factor, which is deficient. Now, Blackman in 1905 studied the effect of carbon dioxide concentration light intensity and temperature on rate of photosynthesis. All other factors were maintained in optimum concentration. Initially, the photosynthetic material was kept at 20 degrees Celsius in the environment, having 0.01% of carbon dioxide. When no light was provided to photosynthetic material, it did not perform photosynthesis. Instead, it evolved carbon dioxide and absorbed oxygen from its environment. Blackman provided light of low intensity, say 150-foot candles, that is 19-foot candle is equal to 1000 watt per minute, or for than 1 watt per minute. 1 fit candle is equal to 10.76 lux. Okay, and found photosynthesis to occur. Okay, that means at low intensity of light also the photosynthesis occurred. When light intensity was increased, that is about 800-foot candle, the rate of photosynthesis increased initially, but soon it leveled off. That means first the increase of photosynthesis was there, but later on it was not found. The rate of photosynthesis could be further enhanced only on increase in the availability of the carbon dioxide. That means only increasing the light intensity was not meeting the condition of photosynthesis, but the person had to increase the carbon dioxide amount also, or availability of the carbon dioxide was to be ensured. Thus, initially, light intensity was limiting the rate of photosynthesis. When the same was available in sufficiency, carbon dioxide became limiting because it was present in trace amount. When both were provided in sufficient quantity, the rate of photosynthesis rose initially but again reached to a peak. It could not be increased further. At this time, it was found that increase in temperature could rise the rate of photosynthesis up to 35 degrees Celsius. Okay, further increase was not possible. At this stage, some other factor became limiting. Therefore, at one time, only one factor limit the rate of photosynthesis, or the rate of physiological process. Now, objections were also there on this law of limiting factor. So, Blackman postulated that change over from one limiting factor to another is abrupt. Actually, transitional curve are present in such regions. During transition curve are produced because of the presence of large number of green cells and numerous chloroplasts in these cells. Some must be receiving more light than other, while a few must be getting more carbon dioxide. The other objection was the rate of process cannot be increased indefinitely by increasing the availability of all known factors. Okay, and third objection was the principle is not operative for toxic chemicals or inhibitors. And fourth was it is believed by some author that reaction can be limited simultaneously by two or more factors also. Okay, now in this way the law of limiting factor was objectioned. Okay, and other factors or factor influencing the photosynthesis were studied. Okay, so in this video we have discussed about the CMP pathway, okay, and the principle of limiting factor. In next video we'll discuss about the factors influencing photosynthesis.